What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the city. Today we have a couple updates to show you, which we're really excited about. And if you guys don't follow us on Instagram, we actually already posted some in progress stuff on there. So I'll share it here just so you can see what we're working on and what's been going on this whole weekend. So let me show you real quick. What's up, guys? So today we're working on finishing this little section of the beach. This is where the rest of the beach connected to the old existing part of the beach, and it created this little gap that we had to fix. If you've seen our latest videos, you can probably see what I'm talking about. But just to give you guys kind of an overview, so we fixed the wall back here. We used Duplo in the back, which helps save money on brick. And then we're going to extend the beach out, build a little jetty, and probably do like a seating area or something over here. And then we may also make like a dock or something where this boat will go. And then over here, once we redo the pier, it'll all kind of tie together. So that's what we're working on currently. The rest of the city is behind. And as you can see, it's really starting to come together. So that's what was posted to our story, but here is what was actually completed. And as you can see, it's all finished now. And in our opinion, it looks great. We didn't end up doing the docks. We didn't have space, but we did do the rock jetty and we did extend the seating area like we talked about. We moved around some of the landscaping as well, kind of moved to the back and the side. I'll touch more on this section in a minute. But we really like how it all turned out, and we think it looks great with the hotel and just the waterfront in general. I mean, it all just kind of comes together perfectly, including the landscaping and the finishes. So looking a little bit closer, as you can see, the rock jetty kind of sticks out, and there's a little cove right there with a paddle border. You can then go up the stairs into the seating area and the main hotel area by the pool. We have that infinity edge pool. And then over on the right, we added a bike area, which I'll show you more in depth in a second. And then that kind of just feeds into the general boardwalk of the beach. So the bike area was actually on a sidewalk in our old city, but we thought it'd be cool to move it down to the beach boardwalk. So this is where you'd rent bikes. Basically has like an automated rental thing. But then it ties into the rest of the beach. And in our opinion, I think it works really well and looks great. And as we move down the beach, we can show you the next progress update, which is the bridge. We didn't end up doing a drawbridge just because the functional components were just too big. So we just did a static bridge, but we think it turned out great. It was very kind of simple overall, but it does have a bike path going underneath it. And then it kind of goes over the rock jetties as well with a bike lane in the back / sidewalk. So, it wasn't originally what we had wanted to do, but we thought that the bike path and walking path came out good. And the overall bridge, even though it's more on the simple side, we added some details like the greenery and the mangroves. And it took so long to complete because we had to retile everything and redo all the water from our last move just because it all broke. And we were also waiting on parts from Bricklink. So now that we finally have it all in, we've been able to tie everything together, finish underneath the bridge, which then allowed us to build the bridge. And it came out just, sturdy and fits in well with the scenery. The focus anyway is the beach, so we didn't want anything that kind of took away from that. This is more just to get cars across. As you can see, there's still some construction going on down at this end and tie, the new beach town together. But overall, I think it really works. It's going to lead to the airport down here and, again, to the beach town, which is over on the right. So basically you drive across and then you'd be into the beach town / airport area over here. But again, I think it works really well. It's not as complex as we had hoped, but for now, I think it's going to be fine. And then the rest of the beach now all connects, except for this area down here, which is our next project. So this is going to be where the new pier is. And here's a very rough layout that we did in studio. As you can see, the docks down here, and then the main pier is kind of behind it in the L shape. So basically, we're trying to fit in more amusement rides. Over here would be kind of the Ferris wheel, and then there'd be some more rides to the right. And then the roller coaster, of course, you go up the lift, then you go down, and it's a quick little ride around. We think we can fit this all here with a platform in the back. But again, trying to fit everything is going to be a challenge. And then over here would be kind of some shops and some other stuff that you can buy things at. And then it's also important to note that the roller coaster would hang over where the sidewalk is in the back. But again, this is kind of just a rough draft. So once we get it all laid out and see if that could work, it'll tie in nicely to the rest of the city as you'd kind of look down on the pier, and it'd be a great entry to the ocean area and next to the hotel. And again, the roller coaster would kind of go around the Ferris wheel on the longer part of the pier, then over there would be shops and then some rides over here. So that's kind of what we're thinking. It's still a work in progress, obviously, with the dock over here for boat parking, but more on this in the future. I think it's going to tie in really well to kind of the South Beach area of our city and then also into the hotel area. And then obviously the rest of the beach isn't developed, but this will kind of be the anchor for this area of the city, which is technically the north end. And then it obviously combines into the rest of the city, which is still work in progress as well. But as you can see, it's starting to really look like a real city, which is awesome. It's coming together. We still got some mess down on the right to clear up. But the city view is getting better and better with each update, at least we think it is. And we can't wait to see what comes next. In the back here, we're still kind of working on some of the water that goes through the bridge. And then obviously to the right, there's still a mess to kind of tie in the beach town and airport. But looking back this way, it is starting to come together. We've been working on obviously a lot of projects. And when you do a zoomed in view like this of the city, almost kind of like a helicopter view, it really is starting to look like a real city, which we're pumped on. But anyway, guys, that's it for today's update. So be sure to follow us on all of the socials because we do post a lot of updates on TikTok and Instagram that aren't on YouTube and vice versa. So make sure to follow us on all of those. But as you can see, City still has a lot of work to go and we've already covered a lot. So if you want to see where we came from, go back and watch some of our old videos. But that's it for today's video. Thanks again for watching and we'll see you next week.